Hi, I'm Kahil. Welcome to Full STEM Ahead Long Island. Our lives are networked in so many ways. Computing and cybersecurity are important for us and businesses too. Virtually every company needs problem solvers in these fields. Today, I'm at New York Institute of Technology in Old Westbury. New York Tech is home to the Entrepreneurship and Technology Innovation Center, which is helping students and companies prepare for the cyber challenges of today and tomorrow. Let's go inside.
The new Silicon Valley is actually forming within Long Island, New York City metropolitan area. And this is because of a number of very, very obvious factors. Our population density, many universities are providing skilled workers, and having a large concentration of medium and small-sized companies provide for proving grounds for these skilled workers.
ETIC is one of those proving grounds. In addition to cybersecurity, these innovators are working on various projects: a multi-battery monitoring system, an augmented reality app, clothing that doubles as air filters, and a more humane riding crop.
This is the place that students here come to learn about technology, start their own business, build new technologies that solve industrial problems, solve global problems, and then they learn to protect their technologies by learning about intellectual property protection.
What kind of skills are helpful when students come to the ETIC?
I mean, if a student comes in as a freshman and they already have some STEM skills from other high school courses they took, it's always helpful, but it's not required.
ETIC attracted a major cybersecurity partner, CyberSafe Solutions.
In today's world, there's a huge shortage of young, talented cybersecurity analysts. So working with the organization, getting people started in those skill sets early is really helpful. So we are what's called a managed security service provider. We feel that no organization can create perfect cybersecurity defenses. It's rather supplementing that protection program with the ability to detect an attack, expel it before it's a major problem.
I'm here with Seth Lavine. Seth, what are you doing here?
I'm working on a research project using machine learning to improve smartphone authentication systems. Current methods are entering a PIN code, putting in your password, even Face ID, those sorts of things. The problem with that is that if someone takes your phone, that intruder can have all the information off your phone. What's being developed now are these continuous authentication systems. So while you're using the phone, based off of how you walk with the phone, how you touch the phone, anything that you're doing with the phone's behavioral biometrics are being used to re-authenticate you while you're using it to keep the phone safer. So the part that I was working on was basically when that authentication system should kick in. So I created a machine learning pipeline to figure out when there were different sort of change of possession events. So that would be if someone grabbed the phone from you, if you gave the phone to someone, or if you put the phone down.
So are you from Long Island?
Yeah, I grew up in Great Neck. I went to Great Neck South High School. A couple years ago, I got really interested in machine learning, and then I came back to get my master's in computer science, and I was able to focus on computer science and machine learning.
Assisting the researchers is Mike Campisi, a graduate assistant looking to combine his experience as a baseball player and his love for science.
Well, the new computing power nowadays really allows the whole analytics department to change the way they look at the game of baseball. Baseball is almost a new game than it was 20 years ago. And to see that data and computers are really driving this change, it's really interesting, and I'm hoping that it's something that I can get into in the future.
As New York Tech trains the next generation of cyber warriors, let's go into the front line of digital warfare with Atlas Cybersecurity. We were just at New York Tech, and I understand Atlas Cybersecurity and New York Tech work together?
As a cybersecurity services company here on Long Island, it's really important to build strong relationships with some of the great academic institutions here so we can help get students into our center, get them trained up, and get them ready for the workforce.
So what kinds of threats does your company handle?
What we try to defend against every day here at Atlas is what we call advanced persistent threats. These are nation-state caliber actors. They can be government actors, private actors, but they're organized, funded, and objective-oriented, whether it be profit-motivated, politically motivated, or activist-motivated.
I imagine for a large company or a municipality, getting hacked is pretty serious.
A hack not only has dollars and cents cost to doing business, loss of service, business interruption, there are also a lot of legal costs and fees associated with that, breach notification costs in the case of a data breach. We've seen averages in the corporate world of a data breach costing $3.5 million.
Wow.
I think it's 60% of small businesses go out of business within 6 months of a successful breach.
I'm with Barry Dinkin. How did you get into this cybersecurity industry?
I started out in corporate law. At the firm, I was the one handling all the cybersecurity compliance related things for the clients that needed them. And we'd frequently get, you wrote a great policy, you set out what we need to do, but now we need to do it. So one of the really great things about cybersecurity is there isn't one path. People envision that you have to be a computer science major, you have to be, you know, a Mark Zuckerberg or someone like that. We have friends who were people who were primarily in HR, now are incredibly successful. And if you have an interest in it, whatever your background might be or whatever your particular skill set might be, there's a role for you.
I'm here with Frank Trezza. What kind of mentality do you have to defend against hackers?
Well, as a defender, you also need to know how to think like your opponent, the hacker. I'm actually a certified ethical hacker. That means I know the same tactics that the bad guys use, but I use them for good.
How did you get into this field?
My older brother Richard was really into IT when I was little, and I wanted to follow in his footsteps.
Are you from Long Island?
Yes, I'm from Long Island, born and raised. I thought maybe I'd have to move somewhere else, but since cybersecurity is growing so fast, luckily there are a lot of places on Long Island where I can put my talents to use.
I'm here with Sukhdeep. How did you get into this field?
The journey has been, long and diverse. I was trying to major in biology in college as well.
Are there any transferable skills that you took from biology studies to what you do today?
There's this scientific way of thinking, correlating data you find, kind of like a crime scene. When something happens, you're kind of investigating it. But instead of human biology, it's more of computer biology.
Where do you see the biggest risks are in terms of cybersecurity as we move forward?
I think a lot of people agree that the biggest risk are people. We ourselves forego our own security for convenience. Having your car's doors open just by walking towards it, opening a phone with the touch of a button. We like to have one password for everything. It's convenient, it's easy.
There are so many opportunities and interesting people in computing and cybersecurity. To learn more, visit listemhub.org. Now, let's get the hack out of here.